Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape.
Meet Merp.
All right, so this week up on the docket, we actually have quite a few things to talk about.
Yeah, multiple blogs.
Yeah, so we're going to, of course, start out as usual with what we've been up to this week. Also, if you see a little bit of a lemur tail in the video, it's because there's a cat.
It's the goose. If you could hear his hesitation whenever you're like, whenever he was just saying like the beginning, it's because she jumped on him.
Yeah, she is a bit of a lap cat, so you might see her special guest from time to time. Other stuff we have this week is the Golden Gnomes have been
Yeah, the
announced.
finalist.
Yes, so everyone's votes counted.
I didn't make it. Spoiler alerts.
She didn't make it because she actually just already won. She's just modest.
In our hearts.
Also, we have a really cool update. Some nice bosses, the Royal Titans.
Yeah, I went and got a single KC just to talk about it in the podcast.
Yeah, and then we'll be ending off with a bit more talks about the Varlamore reward proposal and how we're probably not going to get it.
I haven't read that blog yet, but since we record over 2 days, I think I have time tomorrow on my breaks.
Yeah, we have some time, but before we end, I was gonna segue. I was gonna find a way to segue into it. We do have, of course, our ever important Q&A.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for asking your questions as per usual. And if you also want to ask us a question about RuneScape or other games, feel free to. We have a discord.gg/Bunebape question section there, or any of our socials linked down below.
Yep.
But before we get into all that really cool stuff, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going good. So we currently have the goose sitting on our laps, both of them. She's half on my lap, half on his. It's been nice having kitties. They're the cutest things in the world. That first week, though, I feel like any of you with cats out there, you guys are very deceptive. No one tells you how like hard it is the first week while they're adjusting.
Oh,
it's really hard.
I think that's just animals in general.
Yeah, and they get the nighttime zoomies, which is to be expected, but there's a little bit of fear because our neighbors slammed on the ceiling one day, but we apologized and now it's all good. But yeah, they're very cute and I love them so much, even though sometimes it freaks me out to think about how we're responsible for these two little guys now.
True.
But it's cute. It's nice coming home and not being greeted. They actually don't greet me. They greet Robert when he comes home.
Yep.
When I come home, they're like nervous.
Because they're my children.
They're really cute. I'll lift them up at some point later and show you guys. But right now, they're both just too sleepy. So, I mean, if not, you can look at...
you can stop by the podcast.
You can stop by... We'll post...
Or not the podcast, the stream.
Or the Discord. There's pictures. And then I also posted a short showing them the other day, too. If you want to look at YouTube or TikTok or whatever. But it's been nice having little cats. And then I, in game, have been doing Scurrius, of course. I hit 14,900 KC, so still no pet. I'm looking forward to, in a weird way, this Friday I'm going to hit 15,000. I'm going to get the 1,000 KC, and then I'll switch to Skyrim. But I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to be 5 times the drop rate, and we're just going to see how crazy it is.
Huge.
It's funny because I'm excited for this 100 KC. I know once I get past that, it's going to be a little hard to stay excited.
What if you get the KC at like $14.99 or
the pet
whatever?
at $14.99?
Yeah, the pet at like $14.999. Will you get one more?
No. I'm just gonna like joke and be like, got it under 5 times the rate.
Nice.
Technically.
True.
So yeah, if you want to be there for the big 15,000th KC, it'll be Friday the 7th at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So stop by. And then I'm gonna play Skyrim. I've been playing Skyrim still. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I killed a dragon, so
yeah, that was cool.
Sick. I was trying to melee a dragon and he burned me twice, and everyone just made me range.
Yeah, and by melee she means she stood literally inside the mouth of the dragon.
I wanted to hit it in the face
while fighting it.
I wanted to hit in the face. I felt like that was the best way to attack it.
So naturally, the dragon set her on fire and then ate her.
Yeah, and then there was ice trolls. They were really scary.
Yeah.
And Rez was like, you can use, if you play Skyrim, you'll get it. If not, Rez was saying I could use this shout thing that like pushes enemies backwards. And I guess that I have like the lower level, so you can't push them back. So I was baiting these scary ice trolls to the edge of something where I was on the edge. And then they walked up and I went to do the shout and it like barely touches them.
Yeah.
And then I kept just jumping off cliffs because I didn't want to die to the trolls. And I jumped off one and ended up Lil Billy goating my way down the cliff.
True.
So I'm past the ice trolls now.
You only have Foos unlocked, right?
I don't know what that is.
Wow, that's embarrassing. You should
Oh,
play. You should play the game and actually pay attention.
I tried to. I left Lydia with Ice Troll. She's fine.
Oh, okay. She is unkillable, so
I heard that. I thought she was gonna die, so I was scared. She was
no,
going towards
she's
them.
actually
I
unkillable.
was like, Lydia. But
Yeah,
she's okay. She's vibing.
she's fine. She just gets knocked down and then she gets up again.
I love how much she talks shit to them. She's like, "Oh, you think that's all you got?" And then she gets hit and dies for a second, and then she tends to, "Oh, is that it?" I'm like, girl, you're getting messed up.
She's relentless.
She is relentless. How have you been? What have you been up to?
Not much. I have not played any RuneScape. So that's cool. I did watch quite a bit of No Monkey do it with Hedron, and
Oh, they're doing it together.
yeah, they
That's
he also tried it with another person to try to get the I don't know if it's the GM time or the world record time, but because the world record time as of right now is like 31 seconds or something like that.
Oh my god. I did mine in a solo because I didn't have anyone to do it with, and I just wanted one Casey.
Nerd. But yeah, they were not able to get it. They got kind of close, but it's obviously RNG. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I saw a little bit of that. Besides that, I haven't been playing a ton of games. I played some League of Legends with the boys, and
boys,
also
TM.
some No Man's Sky. There was a No Man's Sky underwater update.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Sounds like Subnautica.
I mean, yeah, it does also take place underwater.
I just want a game like Subnautica.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. But besides that, there is nothing else for me to talk about. Nothing interesting. My life is boring.
I also got 96 agility.
Wow, huge.
Yeah. And I got a raise at work.
Win 99.
Can we just celebrate the raise? Can we just move on?
True, big raise.
Not for good work. It's just because across the board at the company, they're just giving everyone raises.
Huge.
So,
huge.
but I'm going to pretend it's for my good job.
Yeah.
I'm the best.
But that's it. So we can probably just jump into the Golden Gnome stuff.
Yeah. So recently we asked you to nominate your favorite RuneScape content and content creators for the prestigious annual Golden Gnome Awards. Thousands of you have nominated your favorite video makers, streamers, artists, and cosplayers, and now we're ready to reveal our finalists. Of course, there can only be one winner for each category, and there is a new survey that you could go and vote anytime. Podcast is not going to be out in time. Hope you guys voted. Sheesh.
Yeah, so if you
It's
cared, you
Thursday.
voted. It's already over by the time you're hearing this. So hopefully whoever you voted for, surely you voted for,
Yeah.
won.
The real ones, remember, before we both had jobs and we would put the podcast out at 5 p.m. on Thursdays.
Yeah, true.
Who were we? Not no more.
Well, yeah, we were unemployed.
Yeah, I think even whenever you worked overnight, well, because you worked overnight, it worked.
Because I
yeah.
was essentially kind of unemployed.
Yeah. So the winners will be announced live at RuneFest on Saturday, March 1st. Can you believe RuneFest is happening so soon, by the way?
True. If you stay there for a few more months, then you could go to Ozzy Osbourne's last ever show, which is also
Yeah.
in Birmingham.
So you guys see Robert segueing for a second. You know, I bring up RuneFest. He's like, Birmingham. Who wants to go there? I don't even want to go there for RuneFest.
Yeah.
Now look who wants to go to Birmingham all of a sudden. And now we're like, we should do the math and see if we could actually save to go. Do you want to tell them some of the lineup? It's crazy.
Yeah, okay. So the only
If you like
reason I would
music.
even consider going, if you like music, the only reason I would even consider going to Birmingham is because this is potentially a once in my lifetime event where Black Sabbath is playing with the original lineup. Somehow they're all still alive.
And it says the final show.
It says the final show, and Ozzy Osbourne will also be performing. For anyone that doesn't know, he's in Sabbath, and he's also a solo artist.
You know what's funny? I did not realize he was in Black Sabbath till like we got together.
Yeah, he invented
thought it was two
Black
different
Sabbath.
things.
No, so he in Black Sabbath invented metal music as
Oh.
we know it now.
Damn.
But yeah, he's also his own artist, and so he's going to be performing his last show. This will be his last show in his hometown of Birmingham, because his Parkinson's is getting worse.
That's sad.
So yeah, he can't really do too much. All these guys are really old. He's 78, so it's not like he's a spring chicken anymore.
Really old. I didn't know he's that old.
Very old.
Wow.
On top of that, other people in the show are going to be
Speaking of
Metallica.
old.
Very old. Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Gojira, Alice in Chains, Hailstorm, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon, and a bunch of other people, including like Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machines. And
Oh my god, I didn't see that one.
yep. And there's a bunch of other people making special guest appearances.
Wow.
Because this is probably going to be a lot of these guys' last big show.
Wow. So, yeah, I mean, that kind of goes in hand with me saying I got a raise. So now I'm like, maybe we feasibly could afford to save for this.
Yeah.
We'll see, because it's in July.
It's also
We'll see if we can
interesting.
even get tickets.
I brought this up to someone at work, and I don't know. I don't think this way, but the way they thought was kind of interesting is, for instance, like Slayer and Pantera. They were saying like, oh, they're more like cover bands at this point, because for anyone that doesn't know, the members of Slayer and Pantera are not in it and haven't been for a long time.
Yeah.
So
I thought Pantera, they were just missing the one who died.
2 of them.
2 of them died?
Both the brothers that invented Pantera.
Oh, the brother died too? The second one.
Yeah, they were
I
both
know the
brothers.
one got shot at his show.
Yeah. They both
crazy.
Died. Yeah. And I think the guy in Slayer just stopped.
Oh, okay.
So,
but Lamb of God's his favorite band too.
Lamb of God is my favorite band. Also, Gojira, I do really want to see them because they did the opening for the Paris Olympics just the other year, and I think it was really good.
That's cool.
Yeah, a lot of people liked it, and I thought it was really cool because, one, it's metal music and it's on a big stage, and they did their music on like a castle, which was kind of cool live, and they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, there's like, I'm not super into metal, but even I know these bands for the most part too.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, some pretty big bands.
It'd be cool if we could go, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Birmingham. Definitely not going there for RuneFest, that's for sure.
I did think it was very funny though, because he's always like, I would never go there. Like, RuneFest, we can go, but like, I don't want to. And now today he calls me up on lunch like, well, let's go to Birmingham. I'm like, who are you?
I mean, to be fair, I don't want to go to Birmingham still. This is
true. We talked about it, and we're like, if we go, we'll go there and stay one night after the concert, and then we'll just go to London.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not staying any longer than I absolutely would have to.
Yeah, would be fun though. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Keep you guys updated.
Anyways, we have Golden Gnomes.
Yes, so they're going to be announced on March 1st. They're also going to be live streaming the entire thing on Twitch. So if you haven't got a ticket like us, you could go and check that out. Before we get to the nominees, an apology for us. This year, from us. This year, for the first time in a long time, the Golden Gnome for Best Cosplay Creation will be judged live at RuneFest using the tried and true clap-o-meter. Sounds like ass cheeks clapping.
Okay.
To determine our winner. We're sorry for those of you who are hoping to see your homemade cosplay efforts pay off, and to anybody who was rooting for a particular potential nominee, but this category was made in error. We counted up your nominations regardless, though, and everybody who would have been nominated is included in the honorable mention section down below.
Kinda lame.
And that was really lame.
So if you're a big cosplayer,
you got tickets for RuneFest.
Yeah, it's like you're gated behind a like $1,000 flight as well as getting a ticket.
The people who are nominated, will go over them. They're cool, but there's a few people I was surprised weren't nominated too.
So essentially, you have to essentially be a like professional cosplayer.
And
those are the only people that win at cons.
Yeah, but who knows how many people will have time to come up with crazy cosplays in a month.
Oh, the professionals, the ones that literally do it as their job.
Yeah. It's too bad Gluten can't go because she was working on the Neve one. That would have been sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we go through the categories?
Yeah, so this is going to be for Best New Old School RuneScape Video Creator. And the nominees are Josh Isn't Gaming, Coxie... That's weird.
Coxie's not new,
Coxie's definitely not new. Alien Food, and Frey.
I feel like new means within the past 3 years, though, for the Golden Gnome's sake.
I feel like it's whatever they want it to be.
Yeah. Best Old School RuneScape Video Creator are Settled, Soup, Oda, and Jimmy.
Best Old School RuneScape Video is the Gilnor Games from Soup.
The finale.
Yeah. The greatest RuneScape story of all time by Jimmy.
Which I've heard good things about.
I beat RuneScape's final boss on a vegan Iron Man by Vegan versus Zuck. I've never even heard of that person.
I'll say something in a second.
And then also the Zero Damage Fire Cape by Settled.
The Vegan versus Zuck. Someone commented on our podcast because we like talked about making like an iron that was like vegan, and I was like, that's too much effort. We spoke about it on the podcast, and someone replied before saying something about like Vegan versus Zuck, and I didn't even clock that was a video or like a person.
I
so
would
they
not
said
have
that,
guessed
and
it.
I was just thinking like, I'm not going to do Zuck.
Yeah, I would not
so
have
the
guessed
thing.
it.
We are not as original as we thought.
The next one is going to be for Best New Old School RuneScape Streamer.
Nominees are Frey, Brett Dog, Narissa Ravencroft, and Hostile.
Is Hostile the... Never mind. We have the Best Old School RuneScape Streamer in general, which is going to be No Monkey, It's Will, Oda, or Bodhi.
Best New OSRS Artist is Rune Lorekeeper, Unpragmatic Covers, Akelron, and Bravisor? Bracifer.
It's either
It's a V, so I don't know if it's supposed to be like an A
yeah. I was gonna
or
say it's
Brucifer.
either Bracifer or Brucifer.
Yes.
If I had to guess.
Brucifer would be funny if their name is Bruce.
True. Then we have Best Old School RuneScape Artist with Falco AJ, The Scold, Crumb, and OSRS EVS.
Best Old School RuneScape Artist Creation. So the nominees are Varlamore Cinematic Trailer by Falco AJ, Title Accurate Lumbridge by Rune Lorekeeper, OSRS themed Magic Deck by Bruce Brocifer,
Brucifer.
Beneath the Willows on Moonland Nights and Drainer by Susie. Should we say like any? Honestly, I voted for the magic cards. I thought they were really cool.
Magic cards.
The
are
magic
cool.
cards were really, I mean, they're all dope, but the magic cards I just thought was very creative too.
I feel like this is probably the most difficult one because
They're all so different.
yeah, like one's a video, the other one's an actual art piece, the other one is a magic deck, and the other one is
like
another video, but like
very
not,
different, not cinematic.
Yeah, so very
That's
very
a
different.
that's a hard thing to choose from. I
Yeah.
was struggling.
I feel like that's maybe they should have had multiple categories like videos and other things.
I agree, actually.
Next is the best music composition. So this is Chunk Yanil's OST by Josh Isn't Gaming, Endless Sea by Jimmy, Smells Like Teen Spirit, but in Old School by Unpragmatic
Old
Covers,
school RuneScape sound font.
and Lo-Fi Beats to Skill Necromancy by Gawky.
So this is RuneScape and OSRS category combined.
Yes.
Best series, it's for RuneScape and OSRS. Unguided by Alien Food, Gilner Game Season 4 by Soup, Funny Feelings by Coxie, and Nightmare Mode by Settled.
And we have the best streamed events, only two of them being Dead Man by Solo Mission and Gary Gilbert's House by Jimmy.
Yeah. I heard a lot of good things about the house party.
I did not watch either of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just don't watch the content. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Gamer of the Year. This is RuneScape and OSRS. Settled, Oda, Port Khazard, and Mutz. Those are all just OSRS players.
True. Best
No
guide.
way.
I know, that's hilarious.
Why'd you even specify?
Best guide maker or educational content being No Monkey, Chaos, Slayer Music, and Theoatrix.
Wow. The Slayer music. He was the guide one, right?
He's the guide one.
Wow, I used to love his videos.
That being said, I think Chaos does make a lot of really easy to understand guides.
I haven't seen Chaos's. I've seen the other threes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Some honorable mentions. We'll go back and forth.
Yeah. It's
So-
us.
No.
No.
Best new OSRS video creator is Messiah. Name.
Yeah, what a name. Best OSRS video creator. The other one was new video creator.
Yes.
So this is the best OSRS video creator, Solo Mission, and No Monkey.
Best new OSRS streamer, Carindus.
Caradus.
I thought it was in it.
Best OSRS streamer is Coxie.
Wasn't Coxie also nominated as new?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
I think it might be. I don't think it's new streamer. I think they got new video maker.
Oh, maybe they are new to videos.
Yeah.
Best new OSRS artists, Mentos and Mitchie Fox.
Best OSRS artist being Witchcrafty.
The fact that Mitchie and Witchcrafty were both nominated is wild to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
All these other artists are great. Those are just the two that I know of the most. Best series, Chunky Nil and by release.
Also, Gamer of the Year is X Wayne's, Solo Mission, and No Monkey.
Best cosplay creation, we have Doll Blush as Gnome Cheerleader, Madam Mage as Kuradel, Tabby OSRS as Neve, Destroyer 000 with Elite Void in a Soul Reaper axe, and It's Will as Scurious.
Okay.
I did 2 of those cosplays. I'm like, it makes me also want to go do Neve and Kuradel now.
Oh,
The Elite Void
that's
sounds
cool.
like too much. Why do you want to
Then-
do Kuradel? Is that his daughter, Duradel? Yeah, I want to do her once they revealed her, but effort.
True.
I haven't seen that. I should click that.
Last one is going to be the best guide maker or educational content creator, Protox, and Xtile.
Yes. Okay, wait. I want to see these because I didn't click all the cosplays. Oh, cute. That's good. And then let me see the Elite Void. One of them I'd already seen before. Oh my gosh, also really good. What the heck? Okay, sorry. Cool cosplays all around. Big fan. The other ones I'd already seen.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next? Nothing for you guys because the voting's already done.
Yes, it is done. But I mean, either way, you're not going to be able to see the results regardless of how you did vote until Saturday, March 1st.
Yep, so catch out the stream. Oh, it's probably going to be at a very weird time for
It
the
is
US.
going to be at a weird time. It's going to be on Saturdays, so we won't see it until Friday morning. So if
It's
you
going to be on Thursday. Or no, never mind. Saturday.
Yeah, the 8 hours ahead.
Oh, I was thinking backwards.
Yeah, so Friday for anyone on the East or West Coast, and you'll probably have to watch the VOD or some highlight or something.
Fem's gonna be there. I'll ask her to take pictures for me.
Sure. Anyways, though, that is it for the Golden Gnomes. Hopefully, whoever you voted for gets picked and wins or doesn't. I don't know.
Hopefully, you already voted.
Maybe you're a hate watcher. Who knows?
Oh.
Also, I mean, I guess really that's it. We do have a big update, though. That's kind of cool.
Oh, I thought you meant real life. I was like, no, we don't. Royal Titans.
Yeah, Royal Titans. So Royal Titans is a new kind of med game boss.
Yeah.
The first ever duo boss.
Well, before that, there's a little note. Quick note from them. We're aware that the Delve Boss Awards are top of mind right now for many of you. We've been discussing the best direction to take you, and you can expect an update from us later today, aka in the podcast later.
Yep.
And in the meantime, the team has been working hard to bring the Royal Titans to life, so we'd really like conversation to focus on these two for now so we can see what you think, because they know that people are crazy and will just be like, what about Delve Boss?
Yeah, like we already mentioned,
focused,
if you're big on bad news first, they're not doing the Delve Boss rewards anymore. So
as of today, we'll see if anything changes tomorrow.
That being said, apparently these bosses were a real banger. A lot of people liked them.
I got 1 KC and I enjoyed it. Robert's just in the background telling me what to do because I didn't see anyone do it.
Yeah. Overall, seemingly resounding success so far, being the first day. A lot of people liked it and think it's a good addition to the game.
The designs are very cool.
Yeah.
There is a couple small changes that they forgot in the original blog that they had to update. So they made a handful of small changes to forestry about things like event frequency and collection log entries in particular.
Probably because they saw everyone ask, why are you continuing to gut something that's already dead?
So I'm really glad that because of all the feedback from last week, they made some changes. Forestry event spawn chance has been increased 20% on all trees. Drop rates for the golden pheasant egg, fox whistle, and petal garland have been adjusted to 1 in 30 from their respective events. What was it before?
I don't know.
My God. The golden pheasant egg and fox whistle can now be purchased from the forestry shop for 75,000 anima bark apiece. So if you're going crazy, crazy, crazy dry, there you go. Pity drop.
Yep.
We love a pity drop.
Yeah.
He first told me that you can buy it now, and I thought it was lame until I realized that you can still get it from the event. I thought you had to buy it. And I was like, oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And I like that's crazy expensive. Call me a hater, but I feel like I like that more.
Yeah, it's definitely better than just going dry on it, I guess.
Like the Vorkath had the 15 just drops.
Yeah. Anyways, though, we do have the Royal Titans. So they're here. Grab a friend and go toe to toe with these gigantic foes.
We're gonna hold toes.
It's really easy to get there. For anyone wondering, you just go to Mudskipper Point, and then you go down to the Arsgarnia dungeon, and you're pretty much there.
Yeah, there's a shortcut to your left.
Yeah.
I forgot about Mudskipper Point, and I used my spear tree to go to Port Sarum. And I was running, and I was like, this is not right.
No, that is not right. You can easily get there.
Whoops.
Yeah, so it is pretty easy to get to, and it is, I think, generally a pretty good boss. It is fairly med level. If you're around 80 combat, you should be good to go.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that more in just a second.
So the Royal Titans is a dual boss encounter where you'll be tasked with taking on Brenda, Queen of Fire. Her name's Branda. I just think it's funny. I thought her name was Brenda earlier. And Eldrick, King of Frost. Brenda, that was an accident, is expanding her empire of flame from beneath the Karamjan volcano, but she's on a collision course with Eldrick's icy throne. To take them on, you'll want to head to the northwest of the Asgarnia Ice Dungeon and use the small cave next to the giant throne of ice. You can't miss it. Agile players can also use the shortcut. I literally didn't even know that you could walk around because I'm just I'm using the shortcut.
Yeah.
Someone did put together a video. This is by Only Trails.
He's just really big on trains.
He's obsessed with trains. They do want feedback on the style video. So this video, they said it was more showing gameplay than they normally do, which they wanted to know if you guys thought it was too spoilery or not. So let them know.
I think it's I haven't watched it, but I think it's better that way.
Yeah, they put it like that because they said they want to be a teaching boss encounter.
Yeah. It is.
For a Raxer, you don't want to see the whole gameplay in the video.
Yeah. Well, this isn't a high level boss where the mechanics are part of the good, discovering the boss.
Exactly.
This is a teaching boss. Exactly that. It'll teach you things you find in raids.
Yes.
Literally. So yeah. I mean, if it's too spoilery, don't watch it, but.
Read the next paragraph to tell us what we're going to learn.
Yeah, so this encounter should get you more familiar with gear switching, although I mean,
You do have to switch.
it's not a lot, but yeah, I guess technically. Rapidly switching gear between combat styles is a component of many in-game encounters and can feel daunting to learn. So we're building on the success of updates like Scariest Perilous Moons to introduce players to another important part of your PVM toolkit.
We're inducing your pregnancy.
Okay, it doesn't only mean that.
Oh, that's just immediately what I thought. Having said that, this fight is a definite step up from the likes of Scurious, so we'd recommend 70 plus combat and suitable gear for all three styles, such as the Perilous Moons gear, Black D-Hide, Mystic Robes, and Abyssal Whip, a rune crossbow, whatever else you're comfy with. I personally brought my Scythe, Shadow, and my Boa Ferdinand. Bofa.
Oh, just so you know, Bofa is not very good here.
It felt like I wasn't hitting hard.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The Bofa is not very good here. The
Okay.
RCB is actually better than the Bofa.
That's funny. And I didn't even use my Shadow. I saw people in the lobby saying that they just didn't do mage. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to do mage either.
Yep. You can get away with pretty much only meleeing here as long as you have some elemental runes and
and patience.
Yeah.
There's
and
parts
patience.
where you literally can't melee them. You have to wait till they walk back to you.
Yeah, you could bring a blowpipe. Also, yeah,
Blowpipe, I'll probably bring that.
RCB with I forgot which bolts, like maybe rubies. Yeah, like that type of gear. Like you're not gonna need high level gear.
Yeah, I was feeling like I was killing them so slow. It took 5 minutes for a solo KC.
Yeah, that is very
It
slow.
was also my first attempt, to be fair, but yeah, I felt like it was taking me forever.
True. And for anyone, I'll just throw this out there, is like some early critiques is like there are going to be ads that spawn, and if you feel like you're missing a lot
By ads, he means little minions. I did not know what you meant by that either.
Oh, that's a common.
I know you mentioned before, but I forget.
Yeah, I was like, it's a common name. It's just ads like addition. It literally stands for additional enemies.
Yeah.
Usually it's like smaller things that spawn in. But anyways, so some additional monsters will spawn, and you are supposed to kill them with mage. But if you seem like you're missing a lot on these mobs, you're not alone. Just so everyone is, forewarned, you will probably splash even with high mage accuracy for whatever reason. Their defense
I was scything them.
You will. That's weird. You will one hit them if you use the proper mage against them.
I was multiple hit scything them.
Yeah, that's
It was
weird.
not one hit. It's like whenever I did my first 100 Scarious KC, I was using my scythe to kill the little Serats. Because I
Yeah,
didn't want to leave.
that's cringe. You can use, for instance, water against the fire mobs, and it should one-shot them, but it definitely can miss. And a lot of people are noting that it is kind of weird if you have like 99 mage with like the best mage stuff, you can still splash.
Yeah. Pro tip though, what I was doing and what I think a lot of people do is just pray melee the entire time, and you're praying against those and you don't have to kill them.
Yeah, if you can kill it fast enough. If you're doing it at the appropriate level, then you might have to actually kill those mobs. So just, you're going to have to play around with it.
Okay. But here's how we use all three combat styles. So mage, we'll go over that again. Throughout the fight, you'll be bombarded with walls of flame, pillars of ice, and the little minions watching the elements. You'll need mage to manage the arena and keep on top of minions. Elemental weaknesses do come into play here. So bring fire and water. For some reason left clicking the walls, by the way, and clicking douse was not working for me.
Yeah,
I think they'll fix it later, but
they might fix it, but it could just also be one of those finicky things. So make sure if you are dousing walls with whatever element, maybe just click on the spell and then click on the wall. It's much more consistent.
it sucks.
Besides that, we have ranged. So occasionally the Titans will step out of melee range, making them inaccessible.
Feels like it's all the time.
You can, of course, wait them out, but obviously, if you want to save some time, then bring a ranged switch, even if it's only a weapon and nothing else. But you're better off bringing a ranged switch if you can.
Yeah.
It'll speed up your kills by a lot.
For melee, both Branda and Eldrick are weak to melee, so whenever you have the chance to get up close and personal, you should take it. I'm sorry, she is licking her stomach, and if you can hear like gross licking noises, it's Goose.
Yeah, I'm petting her foot.
She's really cute though.
But yeah, anyways, these bosses are weak to crush, so bring your best crush stuff that
Oh,
you
they
possibly
are?
can.
Where does it say that?
I'm saying that.
Oh, are you just making this up?
No, this is real, but I'm the one saying it, so
You know what's funny? You just made that up like out of nowhere.
yeah, just out of nowhere.
Just cause. We just like starting rumors.
No, yeah, they are weak to crush, so yeah, that's going to be your best go-to. And don't use mage here, and range, of course, if they're out of range.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
In this arena, you'll be able to join a friend's instance in much the same way as you enter their POH. Right-click the entrance, select Join a Fight, and enter your friend's character name. You do have to be friends with someone to join them. Afterwards, you're able to click on the last time you entered, but you'll be able to do multiple kills in one trip. Note that no more than 2 people can take on the Titans at once. I was trying to go with random people, and this one person added me, and then I was like, ready, and they just never acknowledged me again, so I deleted them.
Huge. We have the Royal Titan rewards.
I have a lot of them, too.
Yeah. So they have more unique rewards than in regular loot. They're geared towards the players' levels that they're targeting. This means they're unlikely to be significant moneymakers, but the regular loot will certainly stack up as your kill times improve. Importantly, you can only loot from one Titan per trip. If you're in a duo, you and your friend can loot the same Titan or different ones. So if you both want the Frost one, you can do that, but you guys can only loot once.
Supposedly, Robert said if you're a main, looting the fire one's more money?
I will tell you why. If you are a main, you are going to want to go here regardless of anything.
Why?
I will tell you when we get to the reward.
Oh, okay. Rewards. I skimmed through these. I did read this blog. I just didn't read it as detailed. So, Twin Flame Staff. It's a tradable one-handed staff. It's made from a regular battle staff and 2 unique components dropped by Eldrick and Branda, respectively. Every piece is tradable. If your target has an elemental weakness, the Twin Staff Flame will automatically select the element that they're weak to and let you cast the appropriate spell without navigating your spellbook. I wonder if that works with these walls inside of the fights.
I don't know. It does work on the minions.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
The keen-eyed among you may notice that this will be especially useful when fighting the Royal Titans themselves.
Yeah.
More interestingly, this staff is a slow, heavy hitter, firing off spells every 6 ticks instead of the usual 5. To compensate, we've given an echo effect where any bolt, blast, or wave spell that they cast instead fires off 2 projectiles. First hit rolls from 0 to 100% of your maximum hit as you'd expect. The second hit lands a tick after the first and deals 40% of the first hit's damage rounded down. These seem actually pretty good.
Yeah, pretty decent.
The slower attack speed gives the Twin Flame Staff a weighty feeling while resulting in less DPS loss if you happen to miss a tick or 2. This weapon shines against foes with elemental weaknesses, especially if you don't have a harmonized Nightmare Staff. I love the price difference between probably this mid-level staff and then the next comparable harmonized Nightmare Staff.
I think this is going for around 10 mils, so it's actually very reasonable.
Well, first day.
Yeah, which I mean, it's not going to go up probably.
The harmonized Nightmare Staff's very expensive because you have to have an orb, right?
You don't have to have an orb.
Oh, you do not?
You have
Okay.
to have an orb to spec.
Well, I thought it was expensive because I was thinking about the orbs.
No,
Maybe it's not that bad.
I think you have to have an orb to spec. I've never used it, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And the orbs are the ones that are like bills.
Yeah,
Some of them
that's what I was
are
thinking.
obviously a lot less, but obviously some of them aren't.
Yeah.
So this is the reason why every main is going to want to come here at some point or another. It's because of the prayer scrolls.
Why will I want to?
I'll tell you
get
why.
to it. Get to it.
So
You can read both the prayer
have
scrolls.
2 untradeable prayer scrolls. Looting Eldrick will give you a shot at obtaining the Deadeye. That's the frozen boss. Will give you the ranged scroll. And unlock the Deadeye new ranged prayer. It overrides Eagle Eye and serves as a bridge between Eagle Eye and Rigor. Deadeye requires 62 prayer. While active, it gives you 18 attack, range, strength, and 5% defense. You can use this alongside Steel Skin if you want the extra defense. Then the next one is Mystic Vigor. So by looting Branda, the fire one, like I mentioned,
Brenda.
you'll get a chance to obtain the untradeable Mystic Vigor prayer scroll, which you can use to unlock Mystic Vigor. Mystic Vigor overrides Mystic Might and is a gap between Might and Augury. You're going to need 63 prayer. It gives you 18 magic attack and defense, 3% magic damage, and 5% defense. Just like Deadeye, this can be used alongside Steel Skin if you want some extra defense.
Cool.
So this is the reason
Yeah, why do I
that
want
every
this?
main is going to want to come here, is because this gives 18% attack and defense for mage, which is fine. The thing is, it only gives 1% less magic damage than augury.
Oh, so you could save a lot of prayer potentially.
I was going to say, if you look at it, it actually drains half as fast
Oh.
as augury. So you get twice as much, essentially twice as much prayer for nearly no damage loss.
I will say though, the magic attack and defense percentage is 7% less.
It is 7%, but the thing is,
Magic damage is the one that
You're
matters more.
probably not in need of accuracy, especially if you're running with something like a shadow. So
Interesting.
well, yeah, some people did the math. I didn't do this. I'm not even the one that came up with this idea. Shout out to No Monkey and other people
wow.
in the high level community that came up with these numbers. And these are obviously super early. So, I mean, take this with a grain of salt. It's the first day. But based on their estimations, the Mystic Vigor prayer is better at around It's more efficient at roughly like 85% of all content in the game.
Wow.
And also, augury kind of assumes you have best in slot, including the Magus ring and all of that stuff. Which usually, I mean, you're not
I don't have the ring yet.
running the Magus ring a lot, so
Yeah.
that kind of is another big point. So that's why every main should probably come here at some point or another to try to grind out the Mystic Vigor's Prayer.
Yeah, they are untradeable, just as a reminder again.
Yes, they are untradeable.
Meanwhile, if you thirst for more giant blood, the Giant Soul Amulet will be a welcome pickup. This untradeable teleport amulet can be obtained from both the Royal Titans.
This is cool.
Yeah. When charged with big bones and law runes, you can use it to teleport to the Royal Titans arena, Obor's lair, or Briofita's lair. I love that.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, because like that's just like a good telly to that's now the best telly to the what's it called? The Edgeville dungeon too.
Yeah,
You need to
Edgeville
go there for any
Dungeon.
reason.
Yeah, I don't know why you need to go to Obor, but if you need to, you don't need to take a key anymore. You can just do this.
You know what to get to I don't know if it'd be faster, but to get to Barbarian Village, because for some reason I never have that Skull Scepter. I
Yeah,
struggle
no one
every
does.
time. Wait, why don't I just go to Edgeville?
Yeah, I don't know.
I always go to the GE and then run. Or
That's
sometimes I go from the
weird.
middle of Varrock and run.
You should just change your like home telly to Varrock or to Edgeville, so you can just home telly.
It is.
Oh, so you just don't use your home
I
telly?
think it is, so that's where I spawn when I die.
Oh, then yeah, you should just home telly and then run south.
I'm gonna be doing some testing after we record.
But yeah, so that's the Giant Soul Amulet. So it's a new teleport amulet. It's pretty cool. So
Very
keep it in your
cool.
inventory if you're doing this boss for a long time, and it'll save you some trips.
And I do want a green log like those guys eventually. The Obor and Moss Giant.
Briofita.
Briofita, yes.
Also,
name's literally right
we
there.
have the desiccated pages. So these are magically imbued pages that sadly crumble to dust. Don't worry though, you can recycle them into burnt, soaked, or soiled pages instead. These uncommon, untradeable drops can be obtained from either Titan. If you're a proper page fan, you can also use the take page options to sacrifice any other loot, excluding the pet, and guarantee a bundle of them.
Giving up your pet to go get a bunch
know.
of papers.
Yeah, so you still can get the pet and you'll get extra papers.
Cool.
In short, this is a combat focused way to target farm pages. This also means a bit of tome happy that you can get a bit tome happy during the fight or whenever you're using a new twin flame staff. To transform your desiccated pages, take them to the new plinths in Arceus, the ruins of Unka, and south of Quetzalcoatl Gorge. You'll need 50 runecrafting to convert your pages, and you'll also get a little bit of runecrafting XP in the process.
That's nice because Huey and this now are like bosses to do it. But like Wintertaunt Timbros, if you greenlog that and have 99, you probably don't want to go back.
Yeah, the worst part about using the fact that it was also still is an incredibly low drop rate for the Tome of Fire, even though they nerfed it by a ton.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pages, they weren't easy to get. They're really annoying to get.
Having to go
actually.
back when you're already 99 and have everything, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, that sucks. So this is actually really cool.
I like
because you
this.
can just not only get more of them during this grind, but you can also target farm them, which is cool.
Yeah. Next up, we have the pet. So they do have a pet. There's not a picture on here. I haven't seen it. Have you?
I have.
Does it look good?
It does look good.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm not going to ask you.
Okay.
It is. And I won't ask. So just like with the Rexer, you'll be able to forgo all loot and double your chance to obtain the pet by using the sacrifice option on either one of the Titans once they've been subdued. The temptation to do that earlier already on my first KC.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I should get the rest of the green log first.
You could have got it. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. You can get the fire or the frost one. And to sum up, it just tells you how to get there.
Yeah.
I mean this I'll say this just to sum it up for anyone that wasn't listening earlier.
Go for it.
So you can head to the northwestern portion of the Asgarnia Ice Dungeon to take on the Royal Titans. Don't forget to bring a friend or a lot of gear if you're soloing it. It is soloable. Bring decent gear in all three combat styles, which, I mean...
The mage not necessary. Just bring stuff that you can use water wave and fire wave.
Yeah, this might depend on your gear setup, but you're definitely going to need a range setup. They are weak to melee, so definitely bring your best melee stuff, and you'll just need at least some runes for fire and ice spells. It is preferred to bring wave spells from what I've heard. Wave spells are
He
the
told
ones...
me that. I don't know.
Well, wave spells apparently are the ones that can one-shot the minions.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I don't know. Maybe try out. You can bring less. This is just, first day stuff. Then you can take out the Titans and score sick loot with the new items that drop. Also, there is a board outside if you want to check, your progress or world records and stuff like that. And then you can just repeat over and over again. And there is worlds set up for this as well.
Yes, I went to the world, and that's where I added that person who did not go with me.
Yeah, so US East is 573, US West is 324, EU 328, UK 567.
Cool. Next up, we have the Discord banner competition winner. Last week, they called upon the most creative minds in the OSRS community to design a Discord banner fit for the Royal Titans, and boy, did you guys deliver. The banner competition, hosted by the OSRS Discord mods, saw an incredible range of submissions showcasing amazing artistry and passion for the game.
Huge.
Massive thank you to everyone who won. They do have the winner here. That's Phantom. And then we do have some runner-ups as well. So runner-up 1, does anyone say their name? Oh, Amani. Runner-up 2, Moon, SW, and Zyke. What's your favorite?
My favorite.
Dude, I kind of love their faces.
They look fairly cursed there, so maybe SW.
Yeah. I also really like I really like the Moon one because it looks more like what's it called? Like chalk almost or something. I don't know what kind of medium it looks like, but it looks like it was done in real life.
Oh.
So I think it looks cool.
That's cool.
They all look really good though. You guys are all very talented.
Yeah, and speaking of Discord, if you are one of the Discord enjoyers, then you're maybe going to like this too, because it is RuneScape's 12th birthday coming up pretty soon. So it's time to celebrate.
By not an in-game event.
I don't think there's an in-game event this year. If it is, they are not announcing it yet because there apparently is just a bit of a Discord thing going on.
They are fun Discord things, to be fair.
Yeah.
So the first is in a OSRS birthday-themed
birthday event based
OSRS
on birthdays.
themed birthday cake competition. So we're challenging the community to create the most epic OSRS themed birthday cakes. We should do this. That'd just be fun to do.
I guess so.
You can post your entries in the birthday cakes channel on Discord or in the pinned Reddit thread under the community highlights on our 2007 scape. To judge it, the judge will narrow it down to 3 finalists, and Twitch shall vote live on stream to decide the ultimate winner. The prizes include a RuneScape Kingdoms board game, a RuneScape cookbook, and a year's worth of membership. We should definitely try.
They're actually doing membership for the first time ever.
Wait. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter because this is coming out late. We should just make the cake that looks like the RuneScape cake.
Yeah, that's a Victorian sponge.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are probably going to do that.
Yeah, probably.
But it'd be cute.
But yeah, you can do this. This is strictly Discord, so unfortunately, you have to be an enjoyer of that. There are 2...
Well, you can win stuff, though, so you should be an enjoyer if you like baking.
Yeah, there are 2 specific Discord birthday channels so for this event and just for the birthday in general, so you can go over there and check that out as well. And that's it.
Yeah, next, there's a couple more activities. So Nostalgic Voting Countdown. We'll be hosting 12 days of OSRS Nostalgic Voting starting Sunday the 9th. Each day, a new question will be posted in the Nostalgic Countdown channel leading up to our big birthday live stream on February 20th. Join in, cast your vote, and relive some of the most memorable moments in OSR's history. For example, what was your scariest early game experience? Dying to a dark wizard or getting ambushed by a highwayman? You decide.
Yeah, you get to decide.
Remember in Leagues I got attacked by a highwayman, he killed me while trying to run away.
That's embarrassing.
It was scary.
We do have also 12 years of memories. So this is another Discord channel, and you can take a trip down memory lane in the channel. Share your photos, videos, and nostalgic moments in RS or OSRS, whether it's your first 99 unforgettable PKing battles or long lost adventures with probably equally as long lost friends.
Damn. This one I'm also obviously excited for. OSR's tattoo designs. Thinking about getting an OSR's inspired tattoo but need some inspiration? Mods Jerv and Skylark are on the case. Skylark, what did I say?
It sounded like you said Skylick.
Skylark are on the case. We've set up a tattoo suggestions channel in Discord where you can drop your ideas. Before the birthday live stream on February 20th, the mods will pick some favorites and bring them to life with custom sketches, which means someone's definitely going to get a tattoo of these designs. And it might be me.
It might be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I love tattoos.
If you get a very cursed idea drawn by one of the mods, Michelle might get it tattooed on her forehead.
If you pay me to do it, I might.
Yeah. We have some other changes, which of course, as always, are the biggest usually, but not this week, I don't think.
Maybe.
The League's tutors have packed away their gear in the Lumbridge courtyard, but it can still be found on the southeast spire of Lummy Castle.
Fixed issues with the Max Cape teleport display options.
Coliseum totems once again respect the player's attack delay, which is really nice.
Yeah. Ironman accounts, excluding GIM, can now add more specific whitelisted items to the collection log book, including some random things from LMS as well as clue scrolls.
Yes. And the Emblem Trader now has a new option to discuss the values of different skulls. And before I forget, for anyone wondering, just because I saw Iron Man and GIM get brought up, I'll bring this up because someone did ask about it for the new bosses. You, as an Iron, can team up with non-Irons. That's totally fine, and you'll get the loot just the same as long as you deal enough damage. Also, if you are a GIM, you will lose prestige if you group with someone not in your group.
I hope that your GIM is still active.
Hopefully.
If Alfresca logs in, they're gonna be like, oh.
Yeah.
The Emblem Trader now has a new option to discuss the value of different skulls, and items from bounty hunter supply crates will now be released in the inventory in a more varied order. Should I go through the orders?
No.
It's just a combo of fish.
Yeah. The skull icon used in Bounty Hunter to represent risk value now have golden eyes if a player is skulled.
The Bounty Hunter Ancient Weapon, Warrior Weapon values have been updated to reflect their new charge costs.
The sit animation will no longer cause players' heads to stretch when used with the Easter egg helm.
Fixed typos on the Hunter's skill cape.
And lastly, fix an issue where the strange old lockpick degraded erroneously in certain Barrows corridors.
And then 2 quick little client mobile updates. So they fixed an issue with the activity advisor not displaying content on some devices.
And the HP bar is no longer hidden behind the BH skulls when players are on mobile or C++ clients.
Cool. Yeah, big week. We still have another blog, but we're probably going to put that off till tomorrow, aka in 5 seconds. But want to pick up the goose and show them?
She is sleepy. You can if
We
you
have
want.
to go feed them.
All right, go.
We're
go
supposed
ahead,
to feed
pick
them
her up.
30 minutes ago, you guys.
This is the
Hey,
goose.
come
For
here,
anyone
goose.
wondering, you have to check out the stream or the
Oh
podcast
my
video.
god, her little legs.
She's an eepy goose.
She's the sweetest baby in the whole world.
She is very sweet.
Yeah, I bring her on the stream often, so come stop by. I'm saying like it's the outro. Be right back.
All right, so we are back next day wearing the same shirt. No updates.
I'm not. And I have weeds.
True. There is a little bit of an update, but none from us. So we'll just jump right into it.
Oh, okay. I was like, what happened? Again, I keep getting confused by the way you word things.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I am told often that I'm like the Shakespeare of our time. So pretty much impossible to understand.
I think you're just ominous sometimes on accident.
I am Omni.
Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about, for the 5th time probably, the Varlamore Final Dawn Reward Proposal updates. There are 2 updates. We're gonna read the older one first, just because I think you'll make the newer one funny.
Yeah.
We
And
kind of already
also,
spoiled it, but whatever.
by a small update, I did mean that the poll for this is currently out.
Oh, cool. Okay, go vote in the poll,
as
guys.
of today, Thursday.
Nice.
The poll is out, so you can vote on whatever is actually going to be on there, which is not a
Spoiler,
lot.
spoiler. Anyway, after a lot of back and forth, this is from February 4th, by the way. It is now the 6th. My blind ass. Can you see? If you're looking at the video, I'm like, what time is it?
Yeah, it's only been 2 days.
After a lot of back and forth, both within the team and within the community, we're in a position now where we'd like to pull our current offerings and just see where they're landing. So we figure we can figure out any potential further steps. At this stage, we believe these rewards are suitable options both thematically and mechanically. We'll be working on the Delve boss for a while before the release of Varlamore, the Final Dawn. So if you're struck with sudden inspiration or see a fantastic player suggestion, then we still have time to present any new ideas to you and see whether or not you'd like us to include them.
That is the most ironic line
Just listen.
of the entire thing.
In addition, there's one final tweak to the Eldritch necklace. The demonic component will now be untradeable, while the necklace will be tradable. This is being done to alleviate any endgame frustrations that untradeable items can have to bring along, while still encouraging players to level up their skills by locking some gold power behind the requirement to create the item, similar to the Amulet of Rancor. You'll see the poll for this in the upcoming days.
Sure. And then
New blog from February 5th.
not even one full day later, they said, just kidding, never mind. So following your
first line.
Yeah. Following your feedback after yesterday's update, we've made the decision to hold off on pulling the Delve boss rewards. We understand that as a brand new encounter type and endgame content, it's important that it has rewards you're excited about. And it's clear from your feedback that you're just not. It's funny because I imagine they do say hitting the mark multiple times in this and the last update. And I imagine it as like, you know, like those slapstick comedy movies where it's like the dartboard, someone goes to throw and it just like hits someone in the back. Like that's how far off the mark they were.
Do you remember last time that we played darts?
Yeah, that was you.
I'm really bad at throwing darts because I get nervous because they're darts.
Yeah, like you
I was throwing it and hitting the wall feet under it.
Yes. It was
Not
impressive.
even joking, because I get so freaked out. I don't like playing darts.
It was like you're aiming at a ghost child.
What? When I hit them in the head with a dart?
Yeah, I mean,
What's wrong with me? I'm a monster.
no one knows, but you're a
Oh
demon.
my god.
So they're going to spend some more time redesigning the Delve Boss rewards to deliver you 2 completely new items, and we're working on another. So keep in mind that's 3 rewards.
How much did we have before? Like 5?
It was also 3.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
exaggerating.
We'll be looking to provide solutions to commonly felt gaps within the game already, with a particular focus on magic. We really want to set expectations here, so based on our current discussions, this is the directions that we are expecting to take. We're still aiming for around 3 pulled rewards for this content, all of which will be tradable. The boss pet and any other cosmetics would be an addition. They're also still including a version of the Avernic Treads, but we will still be taking a look at another
Other options for it.
Yeah, another.
You should write word for word.
I
There's
should've.
3 for a loop, man.
Yeah, they say the Avernic Treads. We will be taking another look at how to make them more exciting and how they'll sit economically.
I think we should start the podcast in the beginning. Clearly, we're missing the mark.
Oh.
Like if there's
sure.
like a dart. I'm just kidding. Let me have my fun. So we're doing this as we have seen an appetite for moving from a 9-way gear switch to an 8-way switch, and we're confident we can come back with a rework that fills this desire while being more on par for what you expect from this encounter. I was never opposed to the tread, so whatever.
Yeah. But also no one ever wanted to do the 9-way.
Goose is here, by the way, if you can
Goose
see the
is
video.
here. So it's kind of funny. Like we already have an 8-way. And they're all like, all right, well, now you still have an 8-way. We just have a tri-bred boot.
I still want them. Anyway, the Eldritch necklace will be dropped and we'll work on a completely new reward. Similarly, we'll remove the diabolical Aegis and design a completely new reward.
Yeah, because that didn't make any sense.
They should add the goose to the game.
They're all like, yo, this is going to be a crazy endgame thing. Also, there's only 3 rewards. One of them is completely useless and is not an Aegis, even though it's in the name.
It was kind of like mid-level, no?
It was very mid-level.
Considering that this is an in-game boss. That was weird.
It wasn't very good, even at that. So I was like, it'd be the same as like a fire cape dropping from Inferno sometimes. Like, what?
Huh?
Anyways, the Eldritch necklace will be dropped and we'll work on a completely new reward.
Didn't we just read
Similarly,
this?
we'll remove the diabolical Aegis. Yeah, I was just making sure.
Okay. I was going to say, maybe we didn't read it and I just read this at work.
No, I just got caught up talking about.
Listen, Goose is on our lap. She's being cute. We're distracted.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why they do this. It is actually so frustrating, but there was additional information on some of these
Discord?
reward changes on Discord.
Why are they put in the blog? I don't want to join. I'm in the Discord, but I don't want to read on there.
Yeah, Mod Blossom expounded upon slightly on why they removed the cape, because some people were like, why'd you take away the cape? The cape actually was the only thing that had a semi-interesting aspect to it, being that it gave you a +2 minimum hit.
Because the cape needs to come from somewhere crazier if it's going to be that good.
She just pretty much straight up said that they're worried about power creep.
Oh,
And
okay.
that it provided like too much additional damage, which I don't think it was actually that much damage. It just was unique and kind of cool. But yeah, I guess maybe in their eyes.
I mean, I get it. They want to save that cape to be the Inferno cape, the quiver. It was kind of
guess
weird that they were
so.
going to add a middle to it.
Yeah.
But I get that.
So the reason for anyone that isn't sure why they missed the mark, I'll just bring up a few things that I saw and
Okay.
also things that I noticed as well. Is one, it is kind of weird that this content is going to be our first ever enraged boss. For anyone that doesn't know, I myself included, they already have enraged bosses in RS3.
Okay.
And apparently they're whenever they came out, they were cracked. Like they were difficult and they had really good rewards.
Neither of us has played RuneScape 3, just for reference, though.
Yeah, from what I could gather, that was the case whenever enraged bosses came out in RS3. Like it rewarded multiple best in slot items or, pretty close to that. And they were just generally actually difficult. As it is now, this content apparently is supposed to be very difficult and offer like practically no rewards, which is also really weird.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like, all right, not only does this not live up to the enraged boss, in past, like this is supposed to be like a new, potentially extremely difficult content that isn't rewarding enough. And also, they're still sticking to 3 items, which is weird. They even said it here that they're sticking to 3 items.
It's funny because the Royal Titans have like 12.
Yeah, like
I don't think that they should have as much as Royal Titans, but it is kind of funny.
a lot of people compare this to Nex as far as rewards go, where it's like Nex is a single boss that you can do in mass. It isn't very difficult and offers 6 best in slot items, or 6 or 5 or 6. I don't remember if it's 6 or 5. Correct me. Obviously, it's obviously at least full Torva, as well as the bracers and the bow and
the hilt for the sword.
Okay, and the hilt. So if not 5 best in slot, at least 5 very good items. So to compare that for a single boss, whereas this boss would have arguably just 1 being the boots. So
and it's not group content, it's solo content.
And it's solo content, and you can't do it in mass. So it's like, it just didn't make sense. And then they reworked it to give the necklace, which is really just a like reworked, trashier version of the old occult that they already took away from us.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a backhanded compliment in that way. And
I wasn't opposed to the necklace.
And also, they took away the only interesting item, being the cape.
Yeah.
So it just didn't make sense for people in a ton of different regards. So that's why everyone didn't like it. And then they continued to miss the mark even more so after their initial pitch. Like, they clearly, which is why I said it's the most ironic part, is they said,
they just want to see where they'd land.
They said they wanted to see where they'd land, and if we're struck with sudden inspiration or see a fantastic player suggestion, then we'll still have time to present new ideas to you.
Which they shouldn't do after a poll's out.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they didn't do the poll. There was some player suggestions if you scroll up from today. So they said, we're strongly considering the gap between Sanguinesti and the Shadow. I think that's actually kind of a good one to do.
Yeah, maybe.
And I've loved seeing all the suggestions you've been making. We've collated all of these, and we've seen and we'll be considering them while working on our new designs. We'll be back to our pitch our new ideas in a couple weeks. We need time to think on these rewards. As part of that, we'd really like to be able to focus on the Delve boss going forward, and to do that, we'd like to have the Slayer Dungeon quest and the new Nagwa rewards locked down. So the poll is out for that. So you'll be able to vote on the new mysterious melee weapon from the quest, the Antler Guard, and the Earthbound Tech Paddle.
Yeah.
Tech Paddle.
So there are things to vote on.
Yeah.
But the reason it was ironic is because they came out with this update February 4th, talking about getting player suggestion after introducing already, they were asking for suggestions after they had already put out a new thing, which clearly disregarded a ton of suggestions. So it was just kind of like, are you listening and you want to listen? Like, it's kind of weird. Like,
I just didn't get, because they're like, we're going to pull them to see what you guys think, but if you have cooler ideas, we're going to disregard the poll and just add those. And like, why don't you wait till you have everything together and then do a poll? Yeah,
it was also disappointing for a lot of players because they even said, the original point of this whole thing is that the rare rewards should have been good enough that you go there specifically for the rare rewards, because you're not going to be scaling the the trash rewards. Like, it's not like Corrupted Gauntlet where you're getting a ton of alks or anything like that. They even said your alks aren't going to go up from level 1 to 8.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same at level 1 to 8. So your GP is not going up unless the rares are worthwhile, which they aren't. A lot of them weren't even tradable. So it's like,
well, that's saying at least that they were going to make everything tradable, they said, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad they're going back to the drawing board, but it's just kind of comical how many times in a row they missed
the mark.
They just got further away from the mark over time.
But, good signs they're going back. Also, if you hear a little jingling in the background, the cats are playing with toys.
The cats are playing.
We are not going to stop the podcast for that. So
definitely not.
It's just happening.
Yeah. So hopefully they go back to the drawing board.
Yeah. And everything that's in the poll, though, I mean, like, I'll probably vote yes. It's,
yeah.
Right?
That's what you do.
Like the dungeon and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Okay. The current one.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the future one. I was like, okay.
To be fair, I never vote no. I just don't vote whenever I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, what if someone else likes it? I just want it to be my responsibility.
True. Yeah. So you can go ahead and vote on that. That's probably going to pass. It's really just, do you want the quest in the game? Which I don't know. People are pretty happy about Quest in general, so I don't see it not passing. But the Delve
Mhm.
boss won't be coming with it, so
Yeah, I hope that we are able to work it out because the Delve boss sounds kind of cool.
yeah,
Yeah, kind of sounds like the mole but hardcore. That's
true.
how I'm imagining it. It's
Yeah,
such
you're just
crowns.
hunting down the mole
Yeah.
continuously.
In my head, I realize I'm just imagining a more intense looking mole.
Yeah.
It should be a worm like the Alaskan bullworm in SpongeBob.
I do think it would be cool. I was contemplating spending the time to go like look up the Delve boss in RS3 because apparently it was like cool, difficult, and had like really good rewards. So I want to see what people are comparing it to.
Based on what people say, I feel like you would like RuneScape 3 and that you'd play it.
I mean, it's a fairly modern game, so I would probably like the more modern aspects of it because like how they've said in the past or whatever, it's like we have so many different levers that we can pull, even though they, I don't know, it seems that they really only pull like one. I don't know what the other levers they're hiding, but it seems like they would have more in RS3 just because there's more mechanics.
Yeah.
Anyways, we do have questions though.
Yeah, before we get into the Q&A, so last week we had some really fun to talk about suggestions. Those were by, let me check. It was by Harger on just like different membership models, and someone actually replied with their model. So this was Roenvalder. It's very European.
Okay.
So we're going to guess that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to massacre
I'm gonna
your
try.
name.
I'm gonna try. So they said their idea is the capitalist. Pay less the more hours you play. Stay with me. Base membership is still $14, but if you hit, for example, 50 hours goal for a month, then it goes down $150. 100-hour goal down $3, etc. Reward the no lifers with a good feeling of the more I play, the more money I save.
Yeah.
I think that one's kind of.
I actually think I think this is one of the cooler ones.
I think that this is the one that people would be more down to vote for.
Yeah.
Because people know life this game.
I think it would be cool. They would probably just call it the family plan.
It'd be funny if they call it the capitalist.
To go no separately.
Okay.
So just to go with the capitalist, I think
Mm-hmm.
the typical family plan would be cool if you called it the communist, and so it'd be like everyone pays a lower price, but you have to have at least this many accounts.
Yeah.
And it has to be all in one location. So it's like, it's IP locked essentially.
Oh, so you can have your friends join.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it would just be like if you have all your family or if you yourself have multiple accounts, then you'd save money. But I just thought it was funny, be the communist and the or capitalist.
I don't know if you remember, but Harger had one of the it's called the communist model.
True.
What else is there? Communism, capitalism.
There's only two.
I thought there could be more.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
I was like, what's the French one? I just think lazy.
Laissez-faire.
Yes. I remember learning it and I was like, lazy vibes, lazy. And that's how I think of it.
I mean, that's kind of it's
that one would just be you just don't pay.
I mean, it's an aspect of capitalism. It's just it just means hands off, right? So like markets do what they will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
so
it's
you just
part
pay
of,
whatever's happening that month.
Yeah, I think obviously I'm not a econ major, so feel free to correct me, but I think it is just part of like capitalism and free trade.
And all my knowledge is based on the first time I heard it in junior high and thought, oh, it sounds like lazy.
Yeah.
If you guys have membership ideas like that, though, like I'm not gonna bleep that. I'd freaking love to hear them.
Yes.
Reply on Spotify or comment on YouTube or like post on Discord. I'm not very creative, I've said that before. I'm not creative with coming up with new ideas at least. So I want to hear your ideas. It's cool.
Do you also similarly someone else commented, do you remember what we're talking about for Kurt's comment?
So Kurt said, we were talking about like how it's impossible to do the collection log, and we were saying that you could have it be your family heirloom where you pass it on. So people have to complete it. And they said the heirloom RuneScape account you must carry on the log. That made me ugly laugh at work.
Yeah. That does remind me of like all the people that make memes about like Steam. You're not allowed to trade your Steam account to like family members, like pass it on.
Oh, so when you die, they could have your Steam account?
Yeah, exactly. But like some people are like, kind of like what mama don't know won't hurt her. So it's like just give them the account info, then pass down your Steam account.
All right, moving on to more questions. We have from Matt on Discord. Do you think there should and or will be new magic spells with the release of sailing that can improve your sailing experience? First of all, yes, I think there will be new magic spells. Some examples from Matt: teleport to ship, you teleport to ship, obviously. Summon ship, you can call your ship to your location. Wind Whisperer, you get temporary speed boost because you summon the wind to help you move faster. And Crow's Nest, you can temporarily expand your field of vision. Those are just examples, but I feel like there could be a lot more potential spells.
Yeah.
There definitely will be. I don't know if it will be with release.
Yeah, definitely not.
But like that's something that they're talking about is they really want to introduce new prayers. I'm like, sailing prayers? I don't know.
Sailing
like
prayers.
You're praying to Davy's locker.
David's locker. Davidson's locker.
David's locker. What's his name? It's Davy's.
Davidson's desk drawer.
Who's Davidson?
No, it's Davy Jones's locker.
Oh, Davy Jones.
Yeah,
You're praying to him.
You could pray to him.
You could.
Yeah. That would be cool. I think they will add some, to be fair.
They'll definitely add the teleport to your ship.
I don't think so because
you can move all over.
They've already talked about obviously these things change, but
yes.
I think they've already talked about like if you go AFK at sea, I think eventually or like when you respawn or something, you'll just respawn at the nearest dock with your ship like already claimed or something like that. And if your ship is like somewhere else and you are away from it, you can reclaim it. So like the summon ship thing, you can reclaim it at any dock for like a fee.
So we don't even need spells.
Well, those two things is specifically those things. I think they've already kind of talked about the mechanics behind them. So I don't think those would be spells necessarily. I think those are just mechanics built into docks and how you can only set sail from docks and stuff like that. So I could see the Wind Whisperer thing being a real thing.
The thing is, other than teleports, they don't really add new spells anymore.
Yeah, they don't really add new spells. And also,
unless it's tellies.
Obviously, we all saw how little creativity they had around utility spells when everyone voted for additional utility spells. It was prayers.
We get them mixed up.
Either way, I mean,
everyone's like, yeah, mix it up. And they're like, we've decided to just do combat. And we're like, why'd you ask?
Kind of interchangeably. You can use them in the same way where like everyone's like, oh, add more utility prayers because we want more of them. We literally voted for it. And then they're all like, actually, no, we're good. We don't want to do that.
Why'd you bring it up? You should have thought about it more. But to be honest, that's like a very me thing to do. But I'm not part of a huge company, so.
Yeah. I think it would be cool. Crow's Nest, expand your field of view, and definitely stuff like that. I think like, you know, you can more easily find points of interest nearby or stuff like that. I don't know if they would build it into Magic though.
I think that probably will just be like the DT2, you know, like we got a new ring with tellies, like stuff like that. Because
I mean, you have to think about it.
They're very weird about adding new spells other than a teleport to one location. Yeah. That's all we got with Varlamore.
There's really not very many useful like utility spells. Like the only one I can actually think of that people actually use
Bunebape.
Okay, well, that's a different one. To be fair, there is a lot more on the Lunar Spellbook, but I was thinking of the Thieving one.
Oh, I don't use that. You said it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay.
I'm lazy.
Obviously, the thing is people don't actively thieve from high-level things usually,
what?
So...
Okay, you know what I will say? Playing in leagues as an iron, the Resurrect crop spells is really good.
Yeah, the Lunar Spellbook
I use that constantly.
The thing that sucks is I've always felt like they need to spread that around. Like...
It's all in Lunar?
I kind of hate how all of, you know, Plank Make, Humidify, all of those things, Lunar Spellbook. It's like, all right, cool. So this is just the utility spellbook, I guess. And then it's like, oh, do you need a Thrall? That's the only thing. Okay, you're using Arceus. And it's like, do you need to just do damage? Well, is it AoE damage or just single target? Because you have those two.
You have two options.
It's like, it would be cool if you could swap it around, or if it just was mixed up a little instead of just having like, oh, this is the utility spell book, because no one uses prayer or Lunars besides, I mean, Vengeance.
Sure. But that's it. I don't even know if there is other things.
Exactly.
I think it's all utility and tellies and then that.
Yeah.
Or I just don't pay attention to them because that's how anyone uses them.
Like you can't add something called Starfall, Moonbeam.
Ooh.
Like those are two spells from World of Warcraft. Like you can't just... They're lunar related. Come on.
They're in the moon.
Yeah. Arceus, no one knows. Like you could throw a brick at someone. I don't know. I don't even know what the Arceus brick thing is. Like, why is that a thing? Is there even
a brick?
When you teleport, you get locked in with bricks.
Oh my God. I was like, why are you just talking about throwing bricks at people?
Because Arceus is just bricked up.
Yeah. Please don't. Lore-wise, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah,
there must be a reason. Why do you get bricked up whenever you're telling an archaic spell book.
Why is everyone in Corinne bricked up?
Anyway, let's move on from that not safe for work question.
It's bricks.
Oh,
Grow up.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
Like masons are hot, but still.
So from Harger, with Project Zenaris, do you think Jagex should allow players to purchase a party server where all players have a maxed account and unlimited gold?
Yeah, sure.
The server could be purchased for like a 24-hour period for a birthday party, for example. Yeah, I think that's something that they will do.
I think, yeah. I think literally you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, honestly, after of course, whenever it first comes out, there's gonna be a lot of limitations, but over time, I think it's gonna be like limitless.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to do whatever. That's definitely going to be a possibility too.
Yeah. It's funny because you listed something that I think is like probably something they already have programmed into it. Like,
yeah, I think that'd probably be one of the simpler ones. But to be fair, we think a lot of things sound simple that seemingly are impossible.
Well, I mean,
adding the 2-factor to
they already said that they'd be adding stuff like that for PvP specifically. Like, they already have presets for pure accounts, for berserker accounts, for maxed accounts. So I'm sure it's not limited to just, combat maxed. So I don't see why this might already kind of be made.
It never occurred to me till right now that using private servers would be a great way to practice like Zuck and stuff.
Yeah.
That's suddenly maybe it's worth it, especially if you're like a hardcore.
I was going to say,
and want to learn something.
I guess that might make sense for a newer hardcore. The thing is, most hardcores,
they have an alt. Yeah, high level.
Most Iron Men don't start as Iron Men. They start as mains. So like what a lot of people do is they try it out on their main and then they go to their Iron.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess this will be nice for newer Irons because you could do that, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it would kind of be good practice. I don't think I'll get a private server, but just thinking aloud, like, it could be good to get one where it's like unlimited gold, max combat, and I could just go try to learn Inferno with like the best gear.
Yeah.
Or just do it like League's version, where it's still practice, even though it's like way crazy DPS.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a dream the other day where Leagues was starting again. And I was so stressed, and I was like, I just don't think I'm gonna be able to do that much this time around. Like, it just ended. But it was like real life. Like, I was in Falador running around trying to find stuff to do.
True.
I have vivid dreams.
I don't remember my last dream I've had in a long time.
Robert has a weird recurring joke that he makes about dreams.
Yeah.
And it tricks me because he only mentions it like once a year.
Yeah.
So it always tricks me.
It's totally a joke.
It's a joke, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Every time she asks me, she'll bring up her memory or her dream, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I just had I don't remember mine, but it's just the typical one that I always have, where my family gets killed in front of me."
But he says this only like once a year, so I'm like, "You're joking, right?"
Yeah, I totally don't have that every day.
Stop! You don't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You don't. Right?
Yeah. So we have another question.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
No.
My question for you. Do you have that dream? Have you ever?
My question for you
okay.
is, are you going to play Marvel Rivals?
Two of my work friends, I'll call them, because Rob would be hurt if I called them coworkers.
I mean, they are your coworkers.
Yeah. They were trying to get me to play Marvel Rivals, and I was like, maybe because it's free. From what I read online, to be fair, I haven't checked on Steam. That game is freaking huge. Like, I actually don't storage. I have so much footage to make a Leagues video series that now I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
What's funny is a lot of people, well, just so you know, the games, not all of them, but a lot of the storage for games comes from audio.
Really?
Yeah, like,
there's a lot of voice acting in that one, right? Or like little, they have like little
all the voice lines and stuff like that. So all the games with like a lot of different soundtracks, a lot of voice lines, they're just large because that's how, if you say a line, especially if the game's localized, I mean, you're probably going to download the English version, but sometimes they'll just download all of the languages too.
Oh.
So sometimes you'll see a game unpacking and it'll be like some of them say, adding audio, and it'll be like another 50 gigs just for the audio part.
I wonder if that's what's going to be. Also, maybe he's lying.
No, that's
Is that actually true?
No, that's actually
for sure.
Yeah, for a long time that's been true.
I hope and pray that after this we look it up and it's not true. And we can be like, damn it.
I mean, I don't even know how you looked at it. To
No,
be
you
fair,
can't. I just have to check in games.
I don't know how games like Call of Duty and stuff get over 100 gigabytes. Like, I don't know how that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know, like I've seen in the past and currently that, yeah, audio is a very large portion of a lot of them.
Damn. Well, audio doesn't take up as much as my storage. It's all video.
Yeah.
For my videos, at least.
True.
But yeah, that's it for the Q&A this week.
That is it for the Q&A this week. So thank you all for asking your questions, and I hope you ask
Yeah, and letting us
them.
know your comments about other questions, by the way. I love that.
Yes, it is always fun answering questions. Besides that, though, I don't think
you're lying.
No, I actually do like the questions because I do these. I used to do these a lot with friends. Not so much anymore.
He loves hypotheticals.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I used to do it for hours at a time.
I heard the one you were saying the other day. We're not going to say it on here because it was very not safe for work.
I don't remember what it is.
Something about $1 million in two people's
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we should say it.
No, definitely not.
But he was for like 10 minutes on Discord. Him and his friend were getting detailed about going really into how this would work.
Dude, the thing is, it's not fun if you just get like someone that's like, oh yeah, that's stupid.
You did that to me though.
But yours
We've
are
talked about
stupid.
this. You can't say that.
Yours are,
You
though.
have to answer. You have to try.
Michelle's will be like, oh, would you rather the apocalypse be this way or this way? I'm like, it's the apocalypse. I'm probably a 99% chance I'm dead anyways.
No, you need to answer. Otherwise, it's stupid if you don't answer.
I guess.
Do our
but-
outro. Do our outro.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for listening to our rambling. If you did enjoy it and want to hear it again next week, we will be here. So make sure to stop by. You
and
can
follow on Spotify.
follow on Spotify. You can check us out. Links below, or all of our socials.
Our TikTok and Twitter are Bunebapeosrs. Our Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Blue Sky are all Bunebape. I stream 4 days a week at twitch.tv/Bunebape, so come stop by. I'm going to hit 15,000 Scurrius KC, probably like the day this comes out. So if you are listening live, come check it out, see if I got the pet. Probably not. And then I want to try some more of the new bosses because they're actually pretty chill.
Yeah.
I got the desiccated pages so far.
There you
I
go.
have like 5 KC.
And you can see cats. And also,
Yeah.
let me know, for anyone that has bought Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, let me know how you like it.
Kingdom what Deliverance?
Yeah. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you all.
Very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.